Hi, David, they call me MacGyver. Today I'm going to show you how to lay down some LVP laminate or vinyl flooring made by Mohawk. And they happen to have theirs where it lays right to left if you're laying it down in the forward direction. If you're laying it down in the backwards direction, you're going to go left to right. And the reason for that is the groove um, the groove is on the left side and you want the tongue to go into the groove. So if you're starting on the right side, your next tongue is going to go into the groove on the left. If you're laying in reverse where you've got the groove you're tucking under the tongue, then your other groove is on the right. So then you're going to lay it left to right. And so what we're going to do is actually on our first row, we're going to lay it in the forward direction, but we're going to lay it backwards or reverse. So we're going to start on the left and lay it to the right because we're tying into a door jamb, and it's a lot easier to get everything lined up that way, and then move the first row to the right, and then we'll come back starting from the right and we'll work our way back to the left. We're going to show you how easy it is to tap them in. You'll see how they fall into place. And I'll put a link in the description on the tools that I've used. Now, I personally made my own sliding tapping block and the other tapping block, but you need a good tapping block in order to do an easy job, and you will need to also get the pole bar where you tap on it. And if you don't have a mallet, you might as well get one that has a mallet included in the kit with the spacers and the pole bar. That way you'll have everything you need to do the floor. And you're going to notice also a couple things I'm going to explain to you when you have gapping in the joints, what you need to do and what to watch out for. So hang tight, we'll get started. Okay, so we're starting in the doorway. This is the hall, and this bedroom is at the end of the hall, and we wanted to start here so that we get our spacing for our joints and stuff correct, and also it's just easier to start this direction. We're going to lay the first row all the way down from the left to right, which is actually in reverse direction. Not backwards, but in reverse direction as far as the laying. And we've marked off our deal here. Then we're taking a circular saw and we're just cutting up to the line. And the easiest way to cut this stuff is just with a razor blade knife. You don't have, see all the dust there? If you try to cut everything with a table saw or a skill saw, you've got this dust to deal with. It gets on the boards. You have to carry the board out to the garage or outside or something to keep it out of the house. But if you just run your saw up to your spots, if you're making two cuts in at least two different directions, you only have to cut one, and then you can use a razor knife. And after you've run the razor knife 2 or 3 times across your line, then you just snap the piece out, and then take your razor knife and just slice the back. That simple. You want to clean out the corners because your saw doesn't go all the way up into the corners. Just makes it so much easier. So then we're getting ready to lay it in here, and it's slid underneath the door jambs, but we can just tap it in with our tapping block. Makes it pretty slick. And we will have one backwards piece, and I'm going to put it on to the piece right there, and then it'll slide up so I don't have to try to pull it with the tapping bar. And you just snap it in there, and we got her in there. We're good. Okay, and then we're laying that first row along the wall all the way down. And I think we're going to go ahead and lay one first solid row. We'll have all of our spacers put back there. We're just going to run the whole first and actually the first full row in reverse direction. So you see we're putting the very last piece down there on the end. So we're actually going left or right, and that's actually not the, we got a little spacer there, but that's not the direction. If you're wanting to run it the normal, it's going to be right to left. If you're doing it in the normal direction, in the forward direction. So we use our tapping bar and suck that together, and then our last little piece there, you tap it towards the wall, and then you use your tapping bar again, suck it together. And now we're starting with our full row. We've already got the first piece in there, and now we're going to use a tapping block to drive that towards the other piece. And you'll notice that we have spacers against the wall, and now we're going to go with our next piece, and it's a 2/3 length, so it's actually 32 inches. These are 4-foot sections. Mohawk makes their planks in 4-foot sections, so we go full piece, a 2/3 piece, and then a third piece, and then we go back to a full piece again. So we're in a complete cycle, and it keeps the joints alternately lined up, so we don't have a whole bunch of joints just one or two boards apart. And then on the far end here, we actually reuse one of the pieces that we cut off from our starting row, and we just turn it around backwards so that the tongue is actually towards the wall. You get it about a 1/4 inch space there, so we're good to go. And then we just take our speed square and put it up there, and we can cut it right in place. You don't have to waste time marking it with a pencil or anything. You just cut it, and then you just snap it off, score it, cut the backing, and we're good to go. That piece will sit right in there. Got something in there, so we want to make sure we keep the groove clean. If you get one little piece in that groove, you'll never get that gap closed. You'll fight with it, but you'll never get it closed. And then we just use our pull bar again, tap it down, and we're good. Now we're ready to go back down the other side. You notice we have several stacks of boards there. We alternate through those so that we don't get a consistent pattern. We try to keep it a random pattern as we're going so that it fits. And just tap it down. Just so easy and slick. This next piece, you'll see, you kind of lift up and push, and then you take your tapping block, tap it in, see how it just dropped? Very easy. Then you put your other block down there and you tap it down, slides right in. Again, we're using pieces from the other end, and we just turn them around backwards, use our square, cut them off, and that way you don't have a bunch of waste because we're just reusing a piece we cut for starters on the other end. So these are the pieces that were left. Snap it, and this one, you can actually snap it all the way. You don't even have to cut it sometimes. You just bend it back the other direction. Tap it in. We use our pull bar again. Put it down there, tap it down. Now there's a little something in there. Tap it down. And if you see you hit the mallet on that, it just allows the tongue and groove to kind of get lined up together. So this is a full sheet or full piece, 48 inch we're cutting the tongue off of. And anytime you're starting a row with a full piece, you need to make sure you trim off that tongue, because that will take up some of your 1/4 inch space, which then you really don't have a 1/4 inch space. He's blowing that off just to make sure that none of those little pieces ended up down there. And now he's going to put some spacers down there, and they're actually tapered spacers, so you have to put two together, and they have little grooves so they stay at the right distance. He'll grab another piece and slide that in there, making sure that there's nothing underneath there. Tap it in. Had a nail there, had to tap down. Then he'll take the other tapping block, use the hammer, tap it down. But that piece right there has a little gap still. So he takes the rubber mallet and you tap on, on the seam there, and it keeps the tongue and groove lined up, and he's able to tap it down. Now, if he had tapped that and it didn't come together, it would probably be because there's something in that groove. So you'd want to make sure you take it out and clean out the groove. Like I said, you could tap on it or beat on it all day long, but you'll never get it to go together if there's something in that crack. Pull it down with his tapping bar, and again, he sees that there's a little gap, so he taps it down and it sucks it together. And he's going to measure for the last little piece and score it. So he'll get that last little piece in there, then he'll use his tapping bar to tap that in. And this is kind of just a repeat process. You'll start down at the right and keep working. So he just put a full piece in, so his next piece would be 32 inches, and then the piece after that for a starter would be 16 inches. And you just keep doing that cycle. And that's pretty much it. It's really a very simple thing to do. It's not hard at all. Anybody can do it if you just follow these simple, easy directions. Hope that gives you enough information. Well, I'd like to thank you for watching, and I'll leave a link in the description for the tapping block and also the install kit if you haven't already got one. I hope that helped you out, and if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, subscribe to my channel please, and then click the bell icon. Then every time I come out with a new video, you'll be notified. Thanks a lot, and you have a great day.